Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about Mars in Aquarius from 4th of May to 18th of June, 2020. Mars comes into Aquarius out of its exaltation sign. The sign after the exaltation of a planet is always difficult to navigate because the planet comes down from a higher position. Plus, Mars is fire. Aquarius is air. How to deal with it? Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton. As you see, I'm still in my garden and we are talking Mars in Aquarius. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification, and thank you for all your support. Mars in Aquarius from 4th of May to 18th of June. 2020. So what to expect from it? Usually whenever a planet leaves its exaltation sign, there's a slight bump downwards because when a planet is exalted, it's comfortable in its energy at its best possible position. And that is what Mars was in Capricorn. Whereas when Mars goes into Aquarius, that is not the comfort place for Mars. Firstly, Aquarius is a air sign and Mars is fire. So what happens when fire and air meet? It's a very combustible combination. So we can feel very angry. We can feel hard done by. And it is important that you don't allow those flames of either anger or frustration or just that you have not been treated correctly to get out of control. Of course, most of the world, we have been in shelter in place or whatever it is called, being safe at home, fighting this very difficult energy. And as long as Mars was in Capricorn, it was much more disciplined and we were able to exercise a discipline and control our waywardness. But as it is moving into Aquarius, then Aquarius air will file the flames, so the flames will get higher. And if you allow it to be, because it is important that you keep to a more calmer situation. Because after all, whatever you were doing, it is not somebody else's fault. We were all doing it to protect ourselves, our loved ones, and people around us, and also the world. That is also a place we live in, we love. So therefore, that is one of the most important things. Secondly, there is a bump downward. So we feel something has shifted. Of course, unless you are really watching the planets and being aware of it, you may not know that this is what is happening because we tend to react subconsciously. So it is important to keep that in mind, that maybe we are not as disciplined as we were before and we are not listening to this energy as before. And of course, the Lord Saturn is in Capricorn, 12th sign away from Mars. So that also is a problem. And secondly, on a positive note, what is happening is that other than the moon, Mars doesn't have conjunction with any other planet. It is very much on its own, doing its own thing. There is no Saturn conjunction, no Rahu conjunction. So that is a good aspect. Rahu and Mars are in trine or trikona from each other. So there is an aspect of Rahu and Mars which also can make it very combustible. The biggest plus point of this transit is that Mars has moved away from Saturn and they're no longer together, creating two malefics in one sign. They are now separated for a long time and that influence is waning. So from that point of view, it is a very good energy. The other good point is this, that Mars has got a lot of pent-up energy here. And therefore, why not use it properly? Why not use it to direct it to a proper source, think about what projects need to be done. If you are not able to leave the house, think about them in the house, do some exercise, think about what you can plan for the future, rather than, only looking at the negative, more resentful aspect of Mars. So how does it affect you? For each one of you, we are seeing the ascendant and the moon sign. If both are positive, then you are having a great experience. But if one is positive, the other is not, then you have to balance the situation. But the ascendant is more your physical self, and the moon is how your mind works. So you can look at both the transits from both points of view. Aries, it is 11th house of profit. You were thinking career and quite disciplined, but now you can feel that surge of energy. You want to connect with people, you want to enjoy, you want to make money, and don't allow the fire to get out of control. Think about still keeping your discipline intact. Definitely money is important, and earning is very important at this stage, and focus on that as well. But try to keep restraint. Taurus, Mars is in the 10th house of career, work. And so I would say that is a pretty good transit for you. You have to watch out because Venus is going retrograde. So there is that aspect is there from 13th of May. But this Mars in Taurus gives a lot of energy to plan and organize stuff as far as work is concerned. Don't try to over-dominate it or allow it to dominate too much into your mind as well. But keep discipline, keep organized, and that will be very helpful for you. Gemini, Aquarius is your 9th house, and 9th house is house of study and knowledge and advising people, and focus on gaining knowledge, gaining technical knowledge if you want to gain that. Mars is never a good planet for you, but for you, it has moved out of the 8th house, which is only a blessing and a positive energy. Cancer, Mars is gone into your 8th house. That is not very settling, unsettled energy. And especially as Mars rules home as well as career for you. So you can feel unsettled and unsure, and don't take any impulsive action. Remember what I said, that it's a little step down for you. So you can feel negative about those things, and don't take any impulsive action while Mars is in Aquarius. Leo, Aquarius, Mars in your 7th house of relationships. So they can be argument, discussion, passions with partner, spouse. This can be business partners, can be spouse. You have to keep arguments down. There's no point arguing on useless things. Try to think about what is the positive thing that can be gained. And if in doubt, step away from the situation and try to focus your energy. Mars is a good planet for you, so focus on more positive things rather than on negative things. Virgo, Mars is in the 6th house. Generally, 6th house transit is regarded good for Mars, and therefore this can be a productive energy, but don't try to think about that everything is opposition for you and people are opposed to you. What is going to be helpful for Virgo is when Mercury goes into Taurus and then Gemini. So you are at present for a little while, Mercury is in Aries, you'll feel that effect. But after that, you'll steady yourself. But I would say that don't try to get into any kind of argument with colleagues or people during this time. That will be very useful for you. Libra, Mars rules money and relationships for you. Financially, this is unsettled time. Partners can be not very supportive at this time because they are also feeling heated up about situations. And regarding your personal saving finances, don't take any impulsive action. because there's a lot of uncertainty, and also ascendant ruler is going retrograde and various changes taking place. So calm the situation down and find that balance that Libra is so well known for. Scorpio, this is your ascendant ruler or your moon ruler. So this is an important change for you. You may feel that, the sudden drop of energy, rules have changed a little bit. Aquarius is the fourth house. Fourth house is home, and you can feel angry internally. You may not express it. You may keep it within yourself. And there's a force of energy that Mars in Aquarius brings. And what is very important is to focus it on the right projects. Focus it on doing something. Every day in the morning, you get up, think about what you're going to do, how you're going to use this energy. Don't keep it internalized. Don't feel resentful, angry. And then you will feel much better with it. Sagittarius. Aquarius is the third house of self-effort for you. And, it's a strange month because Jupiter is going to turn retrograde. You feel very unsure where you want to go. And Mars in the third house is saying, you should be doing something, is making you act, and then the other part of you is pulling you back. So I would say it is important, especially as Jupiter turns retrograde, for the first week or so when things are changing, and don't push yourself. Take time, restrain. That is the best thing for you. Capricorn, one great blessing is that Mars is out of Capricorn, because Mars, Saturn together is too much pressure on you. Even though they were both in dignity, powerful, Mars has gone into your second house of money and finances, and it may be making you angry about where your finances are, or to do something about it. And as I've been saying to everybody, that it's not a good time to do that. Plus, on the 10th, Saturn is going retrograde. And what is very interesting is that it's actually saying be cautious, take time. But as the planet turns retrograde, psychologically we think we need to do something, whereas actually we don't need to do something. We need to wait till this energy is over. And Mars is out of the influence and in the house of money and savings. So don't allow it to take wrong steps. Aquarius, Mars is in your ascendant. Mars for you is your 10th house ruler. It rules career for you. It also rules the third house of action. So you feel very motivated. I would say of all the signs, you're the most motivated because Mars is visiting you. And you feel you should conquer the world in this time. And then the energy is a bit volatile because the air is difficult to harness and the fire can become very big. So you think about keeping it contained and organizing yourself and not overdoing things. And that will be the best aspect for you. Pisces, Mars is a very good planet for you, but it is going into the 12th house of expenses. And best not to make big expenses. If you can control yourself, day-to-day expenses are fine. But as a planet of good luck in the house of loss and expenses, you don't want to plan expenses during this 1.5 month period. And also, as I said, Jupiter, your ruling planet, is about to turn retrograde. It's exercising restraint. And you may have a lot of hidden emotions. Watch how you sleep, because 12th house also house of sleep. So sometimes there's too much energy. So plan before going to bed some relaxing time, and then you won't be, up late at night as well. So that is important. Thank you very much. And do remember to subscribe. And I'm going to be posting about all the retrogrades, and also keep an eye open for that. All the best.